I know that I've indicated this before, but the Russians, Vladimir Putin, Mikhail Gorbachev, never demanded the arrest of Gail Burston. They never arrested Gail Burston. They never demanded her arrest. They appear to have worked through a network of leapfrog oligarchs, including Oliver Stone and the NATO faction, in agreeing to the actions that Gail Burston symbolizes, which includes COVID 19. The idea of attributing it to someone who had nothing to do with it is a hostile attempt to get closure because I was brazenly symbolic over America's victory in World War II. I was brazenly symbolic. I was earmarked as a symbolic American. Now, I watched an interview with Putin who seems otherwise very reasonable, and they quoted Biden as bragging that he had told him to his face that he had no soul. How is that constructive? Biden must go around imagining vampires around him rather than human beings. Um, and it would explain a lot about the terrible mistreatment I endured, the lampooning of me as some kind of deluded, naive idealist spying for the Russians, which is absurd. Is Biden going to look in my face and tell me I'm soulless after they contracted an attack prostitute so they could wallpaper the school with images of an aborted fetus of mine? I mean, I'm the soulless one? That sounds strange. But a lot of this fancy footwork by these oligarchs and Oliver Stone is an attempt to create some kind of sympathy for Russia when they invade another country, which is absurd. I have no sympathy for what they've done. So, I mean, I think that the tactic is for professional politicians to overload um, someone who they just simply earmarked out of the clear blue sky. They attacked me blindside as a 98-pound little boy and called it a duel. They kidnapped and tortured me and said it was having fun. The United States of America has absolutely nothing to preach when it comes to political violence and criminally insane activities towards innocent people. Absolutely nothing to preach. If we're going to talk about compensation, I think we should start by taking the assets of people like Gail Burston and Joe Biden and giving them to me because they have terrorized and tortured me through my entire life. And I don't hear Putin demanding Gail Burston's arrest. I hear Putin's cover story for her by changing the subject.